You get a rod and shove it all out. It came out like sugar.
Oh, wow.
We need to return to the church.
If you aren't ready to leave, you'll have to exit through the back of my house.
Massive congratulations on this film. I mean, you've gone from kind of like a master of disguise in Paddington 2 to a similar master of disguise guy with a hubby mug situation, and I found it pretty terrifying.
I'm so glad you noticed the hubby mug.
I thought it was quite cool. I was
Yeah.
like, why? Like, there was a few hubby.
He has a hubby mug and he has
And
a hubby,
like a
the sort of cooler,
thingy.
drinky thing.
Yeah.
It's all to mess with their heads.
I know, I was like, is he a hubby? I don't get it. I need to know. But the more I knew about Mr. Reed, the less I wanted to know. So I wondered, who was the first on-screen villain who terrified you?
Well, the Wicked Witch in The Wizard of Oz. I had to be taken screaming out of that film.
Really?
Sobbing, yeah.
Sobbing.
It was my birthday treat. It's my 40th birthday. No, I think it was my, whatever it was, 5th or 6th. When did that film come out? Anyway, I was born in 1960. And my poor mother took me and I couldn't take it. I still can't watch it. She's terrifying.
Same.
Really?
I don't think I've watched it since the first time I've watched it. And I get scared quite easily about everything. But something else that scared me in this film is obviously there's a lot of talk about Monopoly. And I realised after watching it that the Monopoly man doesn't have a monocle. So I've fallen like victim to the Mandela effect, which I don't know if you know what it is, but like you think that you've seen something a certain way, but it's not. I thought my entire life that the Monopoly man has a monocle, but he doesn't.
Well, that's the most interesting thing I've heard this week. I also assume he has one.
He doesn't. He really doesn't. And I was just sat there like, what?
Maybe you're thinking of Lord Snooty from the Beano.
You know, that's a good shout, because I do read the Beano. Well, I used to. But yeah.
I think he had one.
He seems like he has a monocle.
But I muddle him up with Jacob Rees-Mogg. Anyway, all these three, it's very confusing.
Is there a film that people think that you're in, but you're not?
Well, quite a lot of Hugh Jackman films I get congratulated on.
I do remember that specific moment of you in The Greatest Showman. I thought
I was
you were
good.
great. Yeah. Yeah, you were great. Just trapeze him.
Ladies, I think it is time.
Time for what?
Time for enlightenment.
Mr. Reed is also a bit of a mansplainer. And personally, I find that a huge pet peeve. So I was wondering, do you have any pet peeves that you're like...
I am one enormous pet peeve. That's all I do. I walk around the streets peeving.
Wonderful.
I don't like people walking slowly. I don't like people with backpacks. I don't like people with backpacks on their front.
People wear backpacks in the front?
They do now to stop people stealing things out of them.
Oh, okay.
I don't like people with backpacks and water bottles. I don't like water bottles. What's the whole water bottle thing? Why do my children have to go to school with a water... They have to cart water across London. What's wrong with a drinking fountain? I mean, don't get me started on. I don't like leaf blowers. I don't like roadworks with no people working on them. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty much Larry David.
I don't like road work with no people working on them either, because I'm like, now I have to go round. So I get
Or
that.
just be there.
Or just be there.
Yeah.
Is this the game?
High five.
Your Jar Jar Binks impression in the film was really funny.
I think it was my idea to do the impression. Yeah, I think it was the character was mentioned. I think I slotted in his voice.
Yeah. Can you do any other impressions?
I can, but I'm not going to do them now.
Oh, no, don't worry.
I
wouldn't
feel
have
too
to.
much pressure.
It's okay. Because I was like, if you were going to do one, I would do one, and it would be equally as embarrassing. So
What's yours?
it's either Stitch from Lilo and Stitch or Kourtney Kardashian.
The trouble is I don't know either of those people, so I'd be unable to judge you. You could do anything.
Should I actually do it?
Do Kourtney Kardashian.
Oh my god. This room is so weird. I want to leave.
Brilliant.
Thank you. That means a lot coming from you. Mr. Reed in the film asks Sister Paxton and Barnes like a really awkward question. So I was wondering if I could think of an awkward question to ask you.
What, have you got one?
I saw in an interview once that you used to clean toilets. I used to do that too. So I was
you?
wondering. Yeah. So
We could compare techniques.
yeah, I was going to say, did you enjoy the toilet cleaning experience?
There was a satisfying moment, not so much with the dung, but with the crystalline pee that was blocking the pipes. You get a rod and shove it all out. It came out like sugar.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, I find myself, like, hypercritical of other people's toilets now. I'm just like, I could have done that better.
Yeah.
Well, my last question for you is a little bit of a challenge. So you were talking about iterations of games and things like that in the film, and I did a bit of research, and like there are some bonkers Monopoly iterations out there.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought I'd ask you which of the 3 Monopoly iterations I'm going to tell you now, if you could guess which one is fake.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So Monopoly Love Actually, Monopoly Pasta Sauce, or Monopoly Bass Fishing.
That's genius. All 3 are brilliant. Mm-hmm. Which one's fake?
Yeah.
First one.
No, there is a
Second
Monopoly
one.
Love. Yeah, it's the second one. Pasta sauce. Yeah.
Monopoly Love Actually. So what are the places called?
I don't know. Maybe I should have researched a bit better.
Yeah,
But it's probably going to be like Downing Street
I
and
see.
I don't know, Harrods. Is Harrods in that film? Selfridges? One of those places. But yeah.
Yeah, well, Rowan wraps up the present. You might be right.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time, Hugh. It was lovely to meet you. Have a good day.
You too.